Hello, this is Mike at Social 5. I just wanted to record a quick video to show everybody how to use your Social 5 Customer Relations Management Portal, also known as the Social 5 app and sometimes referred to as your Social 5 account. And first of all, I just want to also thank you for signing up as a Social 5 customer through our partnership with Coachability. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is you want to log in, and it says it's an app. It's actually not an app, and it can be accessed by going to this website, social5.com/app. And that can be accessed either on a desktop computer, a laptop, or your iPhone or Android or whatever. It'll take you to the same place. And once you're there, so I'm just gonna close out of this for a moment. And when you enter in social5.com/app, it will take you to this page. Now, you should have been emailed the username and password for your CRM. If you did not, for some reason, normally it'll come, that email will come in a business day or so. But if you did not get that email, no worries. Just click on the forgot password button, and then it'll just take you to a place where you can enter your email address and just enter the email address that you used when you signed up for the service, and it'll send you a password reset. And then once you have that, just return to social5.com/app and log in. My username and password are saved. And let's see here. So once you're logged in, this is the very first thing that you are going to see. What you're looking at here is about a week's worth of content that we'll be posting to your Facebook page. And if you have the growth or the pro level package, that also includes one blog per month. So you would also see the blogs here about 7 days in advance. And by default, you don't need to do anything. This is just to say, hey, here's a post. And if you want to look at the whole image, you can click right there. This is what's posting to your Facebook page today at 3:55 p.m. And if you did nothing, it would just post today at 3:55 p.m. But you do have a couple of options. Number one, if you click on where it says today, that would be like the date. You could actually change the date. So if you want it to go out tomorrow, I'm not going to do that. Or if you want to change the time that it's going to go out, you could actually do that right here. Most people don't do that, but you do have that option. You'll also notice there's a couple of additional buttons down here in the lower right. So the first one is this little circle with an arrow on it. And this is just saying, hey, there is more content ready for you right now. So if you want something else to post today at 3:55 p.m., you can just click it. So I'll click it. And it brings something else up. If I click it again, it even brings something else up. And again, if you want to look at the whole image, you can click right there. So whatever post you land on, that is what would actually post today at 3:55 p.m. Now there's another button. You'll notice right here, it's a little message bubble. And if I click that, this is where you can leave feedback. Now, one thing to note about this service is all content has been approved by Coachability. So what you see is what we'll post. However, in other words, you can't request any edits, but that doesn't mean you can't leave feedback. So if you really like something, pop in here once in a while and tell us what you like, why you like it. And if you don't like it, make sure, don't say you just don't like it. Tell us why you don't like it. And over time, we get feedback from Coachability customers. And if we get a lot of feedback, that's similar. And it just allows us to adjust things as we go forward. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you. So again, you got, just real quick to recap, you got about 7 days worth of content, and it shows you that it's going to be going to Facebook. And if it was a blog, it would have another icon there showing that's a blog. Right now, there are no blogs scheduled, but if there was, you would actually see that right here in your CRM. The next section I want to take you into is the contact section. So if you have the growth or pro level packages, you do get one monthly marketing email blast. And in order to send it to somebody, you have to have some people on your email list. And you can certainly collect emails as you go, but some of you might have an existing list. And again, this would be for coaching clients. In other words, if you have another business, you wouldn't want to add them to this list because this will all be related to coaches. But in order to add people to your list, there's a little icon here at the bottom. You notice it has two heads, and I'm going to click it. And right now, there's just one person on the list. This is my personal email address. But you do have some options. If you want to add somebody one by one, in the upper right, you'll notice a little head with a plus sign next to it. And this is where you could add people one by one. All we need is the email address. You don't have to enter first or last name. That is more for you if you want to kind of just keep track of things. But the emails do not include a salutation that includes their name. It's just more of a generic greetings type of thing. So all we need is the email address. We don't send out welcome emails, but you can toggle this off right here. That's one way to add contacts. I'm not going to save it because I didn't add anything. Another way is in the tools section. So in the upper right, you'll see a little thing that says tools. So if I click that, you'll notice two buttons. One is download contacts. The other is upload contacts. Now what the download contacts is once you do have a list in here, if you ever want to download them, you know, to like a CSV or a spreadsheet file, you can just click this. So let's say you had 100 names on your list. You click this, it'll send you an email normally in about 30 seconds with an attachment of all of the contacts that are included with your Social 5 account, which would translate into your monthly email blast. But now I want to focus on upload contacts. So a couple things about this. If I click this, it's going to take me, and I'm going to go to my downloads folder. And this is where you just simply select a file on your computer. Now, one of the things I want to do before I do this is I'm going to pause the recording because I'm going to open up a CSV file to show you what it actually looks like. Okay, so now I actually have the file open. I only have 4 names on it. Yours could be much bigger. But for best results when you're uploading, I recommend just having, you know, the easiest way is to just have email address and make sure that email is in the first column. And then you could have first name or last name. Notice I have names kind of together in one. But that again is, it won't be included in the email. So you do not need the name column. You could have it broken up between one column for first name, one for last name. You could even have a phone number column, but just make sure that the actual email address is in the first column right there. It just uploads more successfully. Okay, so now we're back here and now I'm going to upload contacts, and all I need to do is click the upload contacts button and make sure that the file that you're uploading is what's called a CSV file, which is slightly different than like an Excel spreadsheet. And if you have your contact list in an Excel, just click on something like File, Save As, and then save it as a CSV file. So when I click this, it's going to bring up my folder, and I'm just going to upload this one. It says Mike's Contacts .csv. And if it said XLS, like for Excel spreadsheet, it wouldn't even allow you to upload it. So just make sure it's in a CSV format. I click on Upload, and it says 4 contacts were successfully uploaded. I click OK. And you can see them. See, the only one that was on the list was just my email address before. You'll notice all of them are here. And if I click on one of the contacts, you'll actually see their email right there. So that's all you need to do. They are now included in your monthly email blast. And if you ever want to see the new contacts you just added, you can just go to new, and they're all new right now. But so as you do this, one of the things to consider is the fact that maybe you have a big list that you're adding to all the time. So right now you have 100 people on your list, and then next month you have 120 people, and maybe you're capturing emails in different ways, things not having to do with Social 5. If you add people to that one big master list, so today it has 100 and you upload it, and then next month it has 120, you can actually upload the entire list. You don't have to worry about who's new, who isn't, it won't duplicate. It'll weed out the ones that have already been added. And if somebody ever opts out of one of your emails, even if you upload that big master list, you don't have to worry. They won't be added back to your email list. So if you're working off one master list, just upload the whole thing, and it will not add back like duplicates, so people wouldn't get like multiple emails. Okay, so let's go back to the home screen. There's a little home button at the bottom here, and this is where you see, and again, this is the first thing you see when you log in. Now I want to take you into this section right here. There are 9 dots in the upper left, and I'm going to click that. And there's a few things back here. There's a link to your Facebook page. So this is the Facebook page that is associated with your services. There's what's called a current events library. There's an Instagram library, and I'll demo those in a moment. There's access to our university, and I'll just take you in there really quick. So if you click Social 5 University, this is all free to you, and it'll take you to this page, and you could type in something. Let's say you want to learn something about LinkedIn. So if I type in LinkedIn, it'll just think for a moment. Here's one about optimize your LinkedIn profile. So if I click that, it's just going to take me to the training. It says buy membership. I think it has to have me log in. So I'm going to click, I want to take this course. Now it prompts me to log in. It is the same login information as you use for your CRM, in case you're wondering. And here it is right here. And all I have to do, if I want to watch this broadcast, I can watch it. So there are literally probably about 100 different trainings in there. It's one of those things where you can consume as much or as little as you want, but you do have access to it. So if there's some things you want to learn about social media, we've probably done a training on it sometime in the past. Okay. So also included in all of the package are webinar resources, and pay attention to this one because we had our system kind of does what it does, and it doesn't have all the functionality. So I want to show you how to access these webinar resources. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click this button. Okay. And you'll notice there's an image right here. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click it to make it bigger. And you'll notice there's a picture with some instructions. It says click on image, click on download, which you can see the download button in the upper right, and then paste the URL into your web browser. You'll notice right below this image, there's this bit.ly URL. So if I click the download button, you could certainly type it in manually, but if I click download, you'll notice it says text copied. What that means is the URL to access, or the website to access the webinar resources, have already been copied to your clipboard. In other words, you know how you highlight something and you right click to copy it? Well, it's already been copied to your clipboard. So all I have to do from here is just open up a web browser, go here, right click, click paste. Okay. And then it's going to take me to like a Google Drive that has has the presentation, the workbook, the promotion, the instructions. Everything is accessible here. What I would recommend is maybe just add a bookmark to this page and just label it like Coachability webinar assets, and then you could bookmark it somewhere on your computer. That might be a simpler way to access it in the future. The other thing I wanted to show you is I'm actually going to go over and open up my Instagram page really quick. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I get a lot of hockey stuff on my Instagram page, but the reason I want to do that is I'm going to, oops, we got to go back here, close that out. And you'll notice there's something called an Instagram library. Now, we are not posting to Instagram for you as part of this service, but if you have an Instagram page and you would like to post content to your Instagram page, we have actually created a library of content for you. So it's very simple to use. So I open it up, and there's only a few things in here right now because we're just launching, but as time goes on, we're going to be adding more and more content to this Instagram library. So all you need to do is look at the images. And let's say, okay, life tip, remember you have options. I'm going to see what this is. I click on it. You'll notice there's an image and there's some text that has been written by our writing team below it. So it's all right here. So you can kind of see what the image is going to be when it posts, and you can see what the text is going to be. And the way you do this is very similar to how we access the webinar assets. If I click the download button, you'll notice the image that kind of dropped down into my downloads folder. I'm on a Mac. If you have a PC, it'll just ask you where you want to save the image, and you can like save it to your desktop. But you'll also notice it says text copied. So the text associated with this post has already been copied to my clipboard. So all I need to do is go over to Instagram, click on create for create a post. And that image that was downloaded, I'm just going to grab it right here. I'm going to drag it over. I click next. This is just how you do any Instagram post. You can add a filter if you want. I'm not going to do that. And then when you get here, I'm just going to right click again because the text was already copied to my clipboard. I paste and I click share. And I'll actually share it. This is a great post, so I'm going to share it on my personal Instagram page. Your post has been shared. And you can use as much content from the Instagram library that you want. Oh, this is the other one. Right here, and then you could post. So as time goes on, there's going to be a lot more content added to the actual Instagram library. And then the last thing I want to show you is the current events library. And sometimes these are touchy subjects, okay? But notice right now that I'm recording this right before Thanksgiving. So you have like Cyber Monday, Black Friday. These might not apply to you, but this is a library that all of our customers have access to. They're kind of seasonal related. Sometimes they're kind of politically things. So be careful whenever using these, but this works the exact same way as if you want to post like the Instagram that I just demonstrated for you. This content works the exact same way, and you actually do have access to it. So I think I've pretty much covered everything. We'll do another video on the business hub for Coachability. We call it a networking hub, so you can check that out later. But to kind of summarize, when you log in, this is what you see. You can shuffle content. You can give us feedback. You can upload contacts either in the tools section by uploading a file, or you can add people one by one. And as always, if you have questions, just reach out to support@Social5. Thanks. Welcome to Social 5, and have a great day.